Okay, I need a little help here trying to figure out how to tap this. Okay, my motor's going. It's being ran by a double pancake quadrophile coil that grows from the outside, then grows from the inside, then goes back into itself, and it does it again. It's a weird coil. Anyway, that's my driver. That comes out, goes through a bucking transformer. Primary and secondary are tied together. There's no induction happening per se. It's not isolated. It's just one wire through and then back into the bridge. Okay? It's driving a motor. Now this is all running off of a 12 volt car battery measuring 12.34 volts. I'll try to show that later. Power supply is off. This is coming off 12 volts. In this configuration, if you look at the wave, right, it's saying 17.7 volts, but that's not exactly correct. It's supposed to end there, but it's self-inducting on both sides. So in the closed loop circuit, I have 23.64 volts AC, practically double the voltage that I'm driving it with. Okay? Because of that self-induction that's happening there. Okay? Now, I have a big increase in voltage. Now let's check amperage. Actually, oh, I disconnected my lead. Let me hook this back up. Okay, let's check other places in the circuit so you see that it's all relative. This is after the bucking coil and after the bucking transformer. Measure there. It's going to go back down to the exact same 23 and change. Right about there-ish. Okay, 23 volts there too. As back EMF is picking up, because I'm going at 34.3 hertz. As more and more back EMF happens, it goes down a little bit, but if I slow it down, it'll go back up. Watch, I'll slow the rotor a little bit, and over 30 volts. Okay, when you slow that rotor, when you stop that back EMF, the voltage goes up. Obviously, the amperage coming out of the battery. Okay, now let's go to amperage. Give me a minute to switch these with one hand, which will be difficult. Amperage, 10 amp mode, AC. Okay, now I'm going to put the phone down for a sec. Let's switch this. Just pop that off. Pop that on there. Okay. Now I'm in amperage mode. In the circuit, I have 1.7 amps. Now back EMF, again, is starting to lower it. I'm going to slow it down and watch what happens. Amperage goes way up in the circuit as amperage off the battery goes up. Okay, so I have 23 volts at like 2 amps, 1.7 amps, something like that. Like a nice amount of power in here, right? That's what? 2 times 20, 40 watts or something going through the circuit here. A nice amount. Right? Now let me unhook this and go to the battery. Hold up. Okay. First, let's measure amperage from the battery. I'm going to put the phone down one more time. Let me change this to direct current now. Amps for DC, and I'm on a 10 amp section. Hold up, I'm going to put the phone down. And we're going to connect amperage on the battery so you can see what's coming out of this battery. So coming out of this battery, under half an amp. at 12 volts. Like what? 6 times 4, 12 times 4 is 5 watts, under 5 watts, and it's going down with back EMF. Like 5 watts coming out of here. And in the motor circuit, I got 40 watts going through here. And again, here's my wave. It's all funky. And I'll show you voltage of the battery so you know I'm not pulling a fast one here. Let's go to... Actually, wait. Let's make sure that wasn't touching. Okay. The leads aren't touching. 0.385, just as we thought. Okay, now we're going to put this on volts. Direct current volts. I'm going to unhook this quick and hook this up to the battery. And we're going to put this, move this over to here so we don't short the battery out. And DC volts, 12.35. So we have 12.35 at 0.4 amps driving it roughly. And 4 times 12 is 48, so 4.8 watts, 5 watts. And I showed you we have 24 volts, 23 volts in the circuit at 1.7 amps. We have a buttload more amperage and a buttload more voltage in the circuit. Now, so I'm liking what I'm seeing with this wave and what's happening, but how do I tap it? What do I do with it? That's where I'm stuck. So I think I have a big increase here. I think. But I don't know what to do with it. Anytime I put a bridge rectifier in between there and try to steal it, I lose my gain. And I do have, I am hooked up here. I could take a little bit from here. I've been experimenting with that. Now this is isolated. This is just another transformer because it actually is going through one of these to get this high voltage. And I could steal some of the flux like this, and my voltage goes down a little bit, but I'm still not getting enough out with it because it's all trapped in the circuit. So what should I do? How do I tap it?